Hello and welcome to a rapid-fire Q&A episode of Ask an Analyst. I'm Falko from GameAnalytics. I'm still here with Clara Livingston from our previous episode, and you should definitely check that out if you haven't. But we had so many questions coming in from our community that we wanted to attach a little extra episode here where we go really quickly through a short list of questions that we collected from the community and hope to answer them in as short of a time as possible. Clara, thank you for being back here with us. Are you ready for this?
I'm so ready. Let's do it.
So the first one, we only have time to analyze one player funnel. Which one do you recommend we should prioritize?
Yeah, I think it depends on your goal, but to be rapid, if your North Star is retention, early retention, look at your onboarding funnel. If your D1 is low, check it out, see what's going on there. If your North Star is longer term retention, say D30, maybe look at your progression funnels, really focus on how are people moving through that? What does that curve end up looking like? And then I think if you want to make money, your monetization funnels, your ad revenue, your subscription funnels, if that's your model, all of those. So kind of depends on what your North Star is, but identify what is most impactful for it.
Great. Next one. How can I predict churn before retention drops? Is there a metric in player behavior that could indicate this?
Yeah, I think you need to probably look at your core gameplay. Are people slowly decreasing the amount that they're doing certain actions, repeatable actions? Are their turns less frequent? Are they engaging in less games? Are they not having as much time spent? When do that start to fall? And then you can use a whole host of statistical tools like logistic regression is a great thing for this. What is starting to impact that? And what should you worry about? What should you focus on? If turns start to fall, is that a really good indicator? Is that a very strong indicator? That might be a way for you to start to get at it a little bit earlier.
Super cool. One more. As a designer, what kind of data should I pay attention to? Just very general,
Yeah.
but coming from a slightly different point, right?
I work with a bunch of great designers here. So I think if you are a product designer, let's start there. Look at where people are spending the most amount of their time, or when they start to get sticky at certain points, maybe on your onboarding flow, for example. When do they drop off? Are they using that tab that you created that you thought everyone was going to use, but they're actually not? Where are they actually spending their time? Because you can't force players to actually do anything. I think we like to think that we can, but you can't. So they'll start to tell you, and that's when those metrics of progression or all of those are very helpful. And then I think if you're a game designer, similar things apply, but retention, like where is it that people are starting to fall off? Is it in core gameplay? Is it especially in that like progression flow? Are people engaging day to day? Are they enjoying themselves? That's hard to answer with the analytics, but you can get at it with things like retention and common actions. Those types of things will tell you a lot and also tell you where in the funnel, right? Like that first question, if the onboarding funnel isn't great and people don't know how to play the game, then that's a great place for you to say, okay, what is it about it that's so difficult to understand? How can I make this better? How can I think about getting people in here and enjoying the game? Because at the end of the day, that's the goal.
Perfect. Thank you. Yeah, I think getting into this way of thinking is really helpful, even if you're not an analyst by trade. I think this is a good place to start.
Yeah.
Awesome. Yeah, thank you so much for sticking with us for a couple extra questions. For our viewers out there, thank you for watching. If you haven't watched the full episode, the main episode, please go back and do that. So much knowledge, so much good stuff in there. And thank you so much for joining us, and hope to see you maybe again soon in another episode.
Yeah, absolutely. It's been wonderful. Thank you.
We learned a lot today, and if you want your questions answered by a high caliber analyst like Clara in the future, you can go to our website, to the Ask an Analyst section, and you will find a way of submitting your questions there to us, and we'll make sure we cover it in one of our upcoming episodes.